I'm here with head coach Michaelson of men's soccer. Just wanted to talk a little bit about your 2014 initial recruiting class that you have lined up. Would you like to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, we're excited about the group that we've got coming in so far. We've got 6 guys signed and fully committed at this stage. 3 freshmen, 2 transfers, and 1 returning player. We have a number of other guys that we'll add to this group shortly, but we just wanted to get these 6 names out there for now. But definitely feel that it's a group of guys that meet what we're looking for in terms of they're quality players who we feel can help us reach the next level as a program, and quality people. Those are the 2 things we're really looking for in the guys that we're recruiting here.
Awesome. So let's start with the freshmen you have coming in. First off, you have Eric Franco.
Yeah, Eric's a local kid. He goes to Nampa High School, literally a stone's throw across the road here from us. Eric's a kid that we've worked with at the club level. He's a center back with the Boise Nationals U17 team, so he's a year younger. He's a senior in a U17, so he comes in young, and we really feel strongly that this is a kid who has probably been overlooked in the recruiting process by other schools, in part because he is younger, but also just in part because he's a kid that we feel has a really high ceiling and still a lot of room for growth. He only started playing competitive soccer when he was about 14 years old, and he's just improved steadily over the past few years. But I think I would define him most clearly as a player as a covering center back, a player who can really put in the cover behind other backs and protect, but he's also exceptionally athletic. I would say very underrated athletically in terms of he reads the game very well, but he's got pace and he can really win a lot out of the air. We see him as a guy who can play across the back 4, probably early on, primarily competing for time at outside back and maybe eventually moving in central.
Nice. Next, it looks like you have a goalkeeper, Jack Richelieu.
Yeah, so Jack is in the same conference as Eric. He goes to Mountain Home High School. I think he's been all-conference player there all 4 years, and he plays for the FC Nova U18 team. So what we really want in Jack's position with bringing in a freshman goalkeeper is having somebody who's got the character we want in our program, but also a guy who has the upside and the potential to really grow. We really feel strongly about Jack's potential, and while we absolutely want him to come in and put pressure on the older guys that'll be here early on, what we're really hoping to do is to develop him and work him hard, and he's got a lot of potential athletically, so we feel really good about what he can bring to our goalkeeping group this fall.
And lastly, you have Kirk Gartrell. Would you talk a little about him?
Yeah, man, I'm talking about athletes and these other 2 guys, but Kirk is a special athlete as far as the Division II level is concerned. Changing course from soccer, but this is a kid who's currently the #1 ranked 400-meter dash guy in the state in Washington at his level, going to Riverside Christian in Yakima. He runs a 400 in around 50 seconds, and he long jumps more than 20 feet. He's a potential state champion in both events, and on top of that, he's an all-conference basketball and soccer player and a first-team all-state soccer player. In high school, his high school team and in his club teams he's been in, he's played primarily as a holding midfielder, but he's a guy we see as very, very versatile. He's obviously got an engine, and he's got pace, and he's a big, strong kid. I can't tell you exactly where we see him fitting in long term. All we know is he's a guy we really like his potential. I could see him as an outside back, I could see him as an attacker, I could see him in the midfield. He's just very athletic with the potential to play a lot of positions, and we think his versatility is something that could provide him with some opportunities very early in his college career. So really excited about the significant upside this guy has.
Moving on, let's talk a little bit about your transfers coming in. First, you have Julio Castillo.
Yeah, Julio most notably is a second-team All-American at the junior college level, playing at Arizona Western College down in Yuma, Arizona. Probably one of the best midfield players we've ever had in our program. Alonzo Avila came out of that same program, and it's a place we've gotten some good players over the years, and we feel that Julio has the potential to be as good as any of them. We really felt strongly that we needed a special creative midfielder in our team, that was something we really needed to add, and that's the role he fills. He's exceptional on the ball. He's a creative player, which matches the way we want to play. You know, and he has a lot of ability on the ball and a lot of ability to influence the game for us in the midfield right away, right from the get-go. And there's no doubt that he's an immediate impact guy for us. And we really think that there's some special things we can expect from him. So we're excited to add him to our team.
Next we have Nathan Murphy.
Yeah, Nathan. You know, Nathan is similar to these other guys in that, first and foremost, he's got a very high character. You know, he's been working in the missions field for the last few years, doing some special stuff abroad. Previously, he went to Northwest University in Kirkland and was a key part in their teams in 2009, 2010, I believe, when they had quite a strong team. He was a real key component to that. He's a versatile player. We think primarily he played as a center back, but we feel he has the ability to play as a right back or even as a holding midfielder, because while he's a big guy with exceptional ability in the air, we also feel that he's a guy who has really good feet and a good game understanding and could potentially compete for time right away in a variety of different positions. So excited to add him.
And rounding out this year's initial class listed, we have Stephen Davidson.
Yeah, Stephen is a guy we know well. He's a Nampa guy, went to Skyview High School, played for us in 2010, partnered our current assistant coach, Stephen Marshall, and center back on that team. He scored, I think, 3 goals for us from that center back. Really brings an immediate leadership and physical and competitive presence. He's one of the best athletes we've ever had in our program. He has 3 years left to play. He's very imposing in the air, and he's about as competitive as they come. His leadership potential with us is very big, and we're really excited to bring him back into the family, because we know what a quality person he is, and the potential and the ability that he has as a soccer player as well is very high for our level.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach, and we look forward to hearing about any more new signings in recent times.
Yeah, thank you.